Okay, your body butter sucks, and I have to be real with you. Now wait, before you click off the video, you may think that this is not for you. But if your body butter comes out different every single time you make it, or if it's really gritty and has a really bad texture, then this video will be very helpful to you. Hi, my name is Nicole, and I help skincare business owners and DIYers craft their formulas and develop fragrances. If that's something that you're interested in, then definitely hit the subscribe button. Now, when I first started making my body butter, I was always getting a different texture, a different consistency every single time that I made it. And it was just because I didn't really know the basics of the body butter. Now, when it comes to body butter, we got to get straight to the basics. And that's what we're going to cover in today's video. I'm going to share with you two really great basic formulas that just include 3 ingredients. And we're going to develop those formulas from there so you can really understand how to get the perfect texture and the right ratios to get the right body butter. And this is perfect for the winter time when you're trying to start your body butter business. Let's not waste any more time. Get out your pencils and your paper and let's get right into the video. Okay. Now, when it comes to making your body butter, it's really great to just start off with 3 ingredients. Now, for this first formula that I'm going to be sharing, I'm only going to have 3 butters. Now, this is just for us to see how all 3 of these butters interact together and what consistency we're going to get with just adding 3 butters. Now, I know that when I first started making body butter, I just only used butters when I first started, and I think that we can see what we can add in order to make the body butter a little bit better. Now, to first start off, we're gonna have our first formula, and this is gonna be a body butter with only all 3 butters. Now, this is just gonna be a really great way to see how only butters will interact with each other. I know sometimes you want to make a formula that doesn't maybe include oils, or you want to just have maybe a more firmer body butter. So we're only going to use only all 3 butters. Now, to start off with, we are going to have shea butter. Now, your shea butter is going to be the firmer butter of the 3. Shea butter in general is going to be firmer. Now, you can use shea butter, you can use mango butter, you can use cocoon butter, soy butter. Now, I do find that, again, with shea butter being the more firmer one, this is the best one to start off with as a higher percentage of your product. Now, I'm going to have all the percentages of what I'm going to use right on the side here, so you can take a screenshot and create this formula for yourself as well. Now, the second butter I'm going to be using is mango butter. Now, mango butter is going to be a bit softer than shea butter. Now, I always feel like mango butter can be like a really good 1-for-1 for shea butter if you're okay with having something that's a little bit softer. But if you want to just have 2 butters that work together, then you're having your shea butter and your mango butter are good 2 combinations to have, because the mango butter is going to help to soften the shea butter a little bit. So adding something like that will be great. Now, another butter like cocoon butter can be used instead of mango butter. Now, this is going to be a lot softer. At least in my experience with the Capicua butters that I've been getting, they've been a lot softer in texture. Now, comment down below and let me know if you've ever received a firmer Capicua butter, but maybe it's just because of my climate here in Texas. It's so hot that I get a really soft consistency when it comes to Capicua butter. But let me know down below if you've ever used that ingredient. Now, next we're going to have cocoon butter. Now, cocoon butter and cocoa butter are going to be like similar as far as having a hard butter, but I find that cocoon butter is actually a little bit softer than cocoa butter. So it really just depends on the texture that you're looking for as well. But since I'm kind of still wanting to go for having a softer consistency and we're using all butters, I just want to use cocoon butter since it's going to be a little bit softer, as a really nice consistency, and this is really soft still. I feel like with the cocoa butter, that is going to be really hard, and I feel like with this batch that I have of cocoon butter, it's a soft consistency. Now, I know formulating can sometimes be a little bit confusing. I always get a lot of emails and comments about certain formulation questions, so I'm thinking about actually hosting a live every Friday where I allow you to come up. You can ask any of your questions, you can comment any questions that you have, and I can answer them for you in real time. This can be anything from your formulas to your website to your labels, is something that you're going to be interested in and I think will be really helpful, comment down below live now, and that's something I will definitely start hosting soon. Okay, so now that we've had everything melted down, then you just want to make your body butter in the same format that you normally do. You're going to allow for it to cool down, put it in the fridge or the freezer, allow it to cool completely, and then you want to whip it in intervals and allowing for you to get the fluffy consistency that you want. Now, when I made this particular body butter, this is the consistency that I got. Okay, so now that I have everything whipped up and I am happy with the way this is whipped up and creating this particular body butter, I find that this body butter is going to be a little bit too firm than what I would normally want from a body butter. And honestly, when I'm thinking about it and I think about the formulas that I was first making when I first made body butter, this is what it was like. Like, it was a hard consistency and I kind of had to like really work to kind of dig it out. It did glide on my skin fine, it did work, and it did do what it needed to do, but I did find that it would get gritty really easily and that the consistency would just be really off. But like, just seeing it on my skin here, it glides on really nicely and it's easy to use. So it's overall a nice body butter. It gives you a nice shine and sheen, and it moisturizes very, very well. So this is a really great body butter with having all of these three combined, because all of these have really great ingredients that are going to really help with moisturization. I do find that when you have a body butter like this that's so firm, it can get really gritty. Okay, now hold on. It is skincare university time, because let me put my Mother Goose glasses on. Now, you made the perfect body butter one time and you just cannot recreate it again. What could the possibilities be? A, you forgot to write down the recipe. B, you eyeballed it like a professional chef. C, you used different spoons and swore everything would change. Or D, the butter gods just were not on your side that day. And for me, I'm gonna have to go with the butter gods were not on my side, because I felt like every time I made my body butter when I first started, that the body butter was just different every time. Sometimes I would really like this consistency and sometimes I would not. But you let me know down below why your product did not come out the same again the next time you recreated it. And like, that is just how I feel about this product. Every time you're going to use just all butters, your consistency is not going to be the same. When it comes to all butters, it's just you're gonna have a different texture with your shea butter sometimes. Your mango butter may be a little bit firmer than the last batch of mango butter that you had. Your cocoa butter, you may not have it, you may use cocoa butter instead, and those things will change the overall consistency and make you have a different formula every single time. So you have to be particular about the ingredients you use, but we're going to get into ways that we can level up this formula to make it just a little bit better, to get the right consistency and not have such a hard butter. But first, we're going to get into our second formula. Now with the second formula, we're going to actually be adding in castor oil. We're only going to have 3 ingredients, so we're going to still be using our shea butter. And then I'm also going to be using cocoon butter, because I still want the hardness from the cocoon butter to help with the shea butter. And then we're going to be adding in castor oil. Now with the castor oil, you can use anything else. You can use sunflower seed oil, you can use argan oil, you can use apricot kernel oil, you can use coconut oil. Whatever oil that you have on hand that you want to use instead, go ahead and use that along with the butters. If you have shea butter, if you have mango butter, you have soy butter, use that. Use cocoa butter, use cocoon butter, whichever have you, use those, and that will help with this formula in general. But I have castor oil here. That's the oil that I have on hand that I wanted to use. And we are going to add all of these to the double boiler and allow everything to melt down. Now, once you have it melted down and you get it whipped to the consistency that we know and love when it comes to our body butter, the consistency that I feel like I got with this formula is far better. Why? Let me see, drum roll, can you figure it out? It's because of the oil. Oil is extremely important when it comes to your body butter, because the oil is the only product within your whole formula that does not change due to the climate. Your shea butter is going to get softer the warmer it is. It's going to change the overall firmness of your product the colder that it is. So adding in the oil is going to almost be like a stabilizer for your butters, allowing for you to have a more softer consistency. Now this is my formula with the oils. You see how easily that just glides on my hand versus my other butter that's so much harder, and I kind of have to work to press my fingers together versus this one where it's already melting in my hand. But look at the one with just all butters. It's still very like creamy, still very firm. This one's already melting down in my hands. So just by adding in the oil, again, it's like a stabilizer for your product, allowing for it to just be a lot softer in general. So I love adding in oils, and you can really play around with different oils. You can add more oils as far as to have different skincare issues addressed within your formula. But by adding in your butters and the oil, it really does help to change the overall texture. Now, I know I also mentioned coconut oil, but you have to be careful with the coconut oil that you choose to use, because even a coconut oil that is unrefined, that's going to be hard at room temperature, that is going to also change based off of the climate or based off of where that person is, because that coconut oil changes firmness and and oiliness depending on the temperature. So you just want to be mindful of what coconut oil you use. You can still use coconut oil, because I find that even when you use it and you use it in warmer months, it still allows for you to get this nice consistency, because it's going to be liquid at that room temperature, at that warm temperature. So you still get the same effect. But when it comes to the winter time now, then it's going to be a lot firmer, and you're not going to necessarily want that. While coconut oil is a softer oil, it's still going to be firmer with your body butter than you would want it to be when it comes to the winter time. So just always keep things like that in mind. All right, so now we are going to get into the report cards for these formulas and see how we can really make them better, because there's always room for improvement, right? Okay, so when it comes to these formulas, to start off with, I'm going to have the first formula, which was a lot firmer of a consistency. Now, when it comes to these formulas, I really want to be able to make subtle changes that will just make them a lot better in general. Now, for this formula, I would say by simply adding in your oils will really help to level up this formula on its own. Just by adding in oils, and that's why I did the second formula showing that, because just by adding the oils really changes and gives it chef's kiss immediately, because you get the nicer, softer consistency. Now, also when it comes to this formula, it's going to be a lot harder to absorb because it's so much firmer. You can see just by me trying to use it on my fingers here, it's barely gliding onto my skin, it's barely absorbing. But if you look at the second formula, I'm touching it with my hands, my fingers, and it's already starting to absorb. It's a faster absorption than the first formula. So just by adding in the oils really does make a big difference when it comes to this formula in general. So just that one change will really elevate this formula. Now, also what will really be great is if you add in like arrowroot powder. Arrowroot powder is going to help to absorb the oils, okay? It's gonna give it more luxurious, soft feel, give it more of a buttery, powdery finish. So I really love arrowroot powder. Now, if you don't have arrowroot powder, but if you have like a tapioca powder, or if you have cornstarch, those are going to be really great alternatives to help with having the same consistency. I also really like isododecane or IPM. Those are going to be really great ingredients that are alcohol based, that are going to absorb the oils and give it a better dry down. This is also a really great ingredient if you are adding in fragrances. It really helps for the fragrance to attach to your skin a lot better. So by adding in those ingredients, it really helps to elevate the formula just that much more and make it less hard, give it a nice softer consistency and a better powdery finish, because of how much butters is in here and how hard it is to absorb into the skin. But you let me know down below which formula you like the best, because I find that a lot of people do like a firmer body butter. Some people like a softer body butter. I myself like a lighter, softer body butter. But let me know down below which one you like the best. Now, with this formula itself, I'm gonna have to give it a C, maybe a C minus, only because I just don't like how firm it is, and I feel like it just makes your skin feel so greasy. Like, just looking at my hand is so greasy. I'm gonna have to wipe it off because just gonna be, you know, holding onto my skin. It's not gonna absorb as fast as I would like. Now let's get into Formula 2. Now with Formula 2, this again, like we've already said, very soft, buttery consistency, very nice. Now, best way to really level up this formula is going to change the oils that you use. The oil I use is castor oil, so it's a lot thicker of a consistency. But if you use a faster absorbing oil like a sunflower seed oil, sweet almond oil, those like squalene oil, those are gonna be a lot faster to absorb into the skin, so making it just, you know, a little bit more of a level up as far as the skin absorption, because it's absorbs into your skin pretty quickly. But by adding in that type of oil will definitely make that change for you on its own. Again, adding in like now that's gonna be a really great add-on, but another one that I really have been enjoying is adding in emulsifying wax. Now I know you may not think to add emulsifying wax, but this ingredient is going to add in a buttery feel without the butter, right? So it's going to give you that nice consistency. It's also going to elevate the melting point of your butter, making it more ideal for winter time. It's going to make it more ideal for summertime because it won't melt as quickly. Also with emulsifying wax, it's going to help to get rid of the oiliness, help with absorption, and just make it have a nice glide to it. Especially when you are right at the shower and you use a body butter with emulsifying wax, the water and the emulsifying wax mixing together as you're putting it on will actually kind of act as a it's going to act as emulsifier. It's going to help glide onto your skin a lot better, kind of giving it a little bit of a lotiony feel, and it's going to glide onto your skin very nicely. It's just going to be a really great ingredient to add to really help level it up, give you a more buttery finish, but also make it feel a lot more luxurious and not sticky and oily. But this formula on its own, I feel like can really be a really great starter formula if you're just making skincare products on your own, or if you're selling it and you want to start selling. A really great product like this would work just by using these 3 ingredients, and then adding in more products to level it up as you start to grow your business, and changing the formula to really make it have more of like a luxurious feel as you can start to afford maybe some more ingredients when you're starting out. Now, another really big thing when you're starting out. Now, when it comes to this formula, I have to give it like an A-, because honestly, there's still some things that you can change as far as the oil absorption and the tacky feel. By adding in those few ingredients will really help to level up this formula, because again, there's always room for improvement when it comes to our formulas. So I think an A+ is fitting for this formula, because you can still use this as a really great base formula to start out learning, but it can also have some really great changes to really make it just that much better. Now, I know when you're formulating, it can be kind of hard to, you know, really track down your formulas and your percentages, and that's why I created my formulation spreadsheet. Now, within the spreadsheet, it's just so ideal because you have all of your ingredients, the percentages that you're going to use, and it will calculate how much you need of each ingredient based off of how much you want to make, making it just really perfect to scale your business if you are just testing out a formula, or if you're just wanting to make a big batch. Is going to be really helpful just to keep things organized. You can easily look at it and say, okay, I want to change the percentage of this ingredient. Okay, this ingredient is making it too hard, let me change the percentages of this. It just makes it a lot easier to play around with your formula, add ingredients, take away ingredients, add percentages, take away percentages. You just want to make sure that all equals 100 at the end, at the bottom of the spreadsheet. That way you know that your formula is going to be a true authentic formula with the proper percentages for each ingredient. So definitely click the link down below to download that. You can see other reviews I have on my website of people using this spreadsheet and how much it has helped them scale their business or just learn to formulate in general. So definitely click the link down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.